Kings and Queens Corp Ministry. I want you guys to check it out every Thursday and Friday from 7 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. Sometimes we go a little bit over, but it's okay because things happen. But when the spirit moves you in a certain way, it gives you all the energy in the world to keep going. So that's why I'm keep going, because I'm very excited about utilizing this platform. And the platform that I'm really speaking of that you guys are on is called HAPS TV. HAPS TV is offering a free world-class broadcasting tool, a community eager to collaborate, a single way for viewers to support creators financially. Okay. Now, what you will have to do is download HAPS app. If you haven't downloaded HAPS app, this is a great opportunity to download HAPS app. Make sure that you subscribe to get notified when I go live and support my work on HAPS. So, yes, if you love me keep doing this thing, subscribe to HAPS TV because it's a great platform. I'm very excited about it. I want to shout out Ron Anthony for giving me the opportunity to learn about this wonderful opportunity. I'm just very thankful. Shout out to Michelle. Also, she's a great person, motivational speaker when she comes on here and talk about various things. Ron Anthony, he talk about real issues. I'm just talking about stuff that comes with my brain. Okay, and I talk about anything under the sun that you can think of. But what we're going to talk about today is the question, right? You probably wanted to know what we're going to talk about today. So I know that on my radio show last night, I talked about love and kindness. Okay. So today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to mix it up a little bit because I want us to be able to adapt to everything that's going on. So this is what I'm going to do, right? So tonight, we're going to talk about believing in God. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about believing in God because the thing about it is there have been multiple times that we have distanced ourselves away from God a lot of times. And sometimes when we keep the distance, we start to fall off on our own shortcomings because a lot of times God's still going to be around regardless if we like it or not. If we have a pity party or we have certain addictions going on, he's still going to be right there. I don't know too many people that is going to be right there in your corner every step of the way when you need someone to talk to, when you need somebody to pray to, when you want to write certain things, when it comes down to writing a book, writing a lyric, creating certain things that he's giving you to be successful. I don't know too many people like God and his begotten son. I don't know too many people like that. But the people that I do know, I thank you because you are like-minded people that I feel like I want to get along with. People that I know that I can be able to grow with, be successful with, and to be able to lay a solid foundation. I understand just like God and Jesus collaborated with each other, we can do the same thing. We can collaborate, believe in ourselves, because that's what we got to do. We have to believe in ourselves first before somebody else believes in us. Okay? So God believed in his son. Okay? And when he believed in his son, he showed during that time that we can believe all the great things that are happening out here. As long as we put our mind to it, we can believe in everything that's out here that's going to set us up for success. And that's another thing. When you are set up for success and somebody has already laid out the framework for you to be successful, why not appreciate what you have in front of you? Because see, nowadays, once you don't start to appreciate certain things, don't you wonder why you probably may be a person that having a self-pity party or pouting. Oh man, they ain't working out for my good. Oh man, I'm being sad and I'm feeling depressed about it. Man, I'm feeling lonely during these times. Straighten up. Straighten up. Because the thing about it is, you have to figure out what you need to do to go forward. Because if you don't, then you're going to put yourself in a turmoil hole that you're not going to be able to get up out. So you have to be able to strengthen yourself. You got to be able to know deep down inside within yourself that you can be able to make it through unnecessary storms. And the only way to be able to do all of that is by believing, by following his will. He done led us so many times of how we can come back to him. He can come back, we can come back through him through prayer. He has applications on our phones that we can get at the Play Store on our cell phones. Where if we don't have a Bible or a great scripture to read, he gives you Google, where you can Google scriptures. Okay, yeah, I said Google. Okay, so you can Google the scriptures. There's so many ways, so many ways. You can even go into the church building if you want to. Okay, you can be able to hear a good word from somebody else on national TV, like Joy Osteen, Joyce Myers, Bishop T.D. Jakes. So even through people that really have stayed focused in God's will and in God's time, you can still be able to have all these different types of tools and equipment in order to be successful. So when you are being set up for success and somebody believe in what you got going on going forward, it's all about trusting the process. I understand that we can't trust everybody out here because some people may give you the wrong magnitude of what God is. God is this, and God is that. Y'all heard it before. But at the same time, there is only one God. Okay. Um, I remember back in social studies, back in high school, they had this word called monotheism. Theism. Y'all heard of that? Monotheism? Y'all had to look that up in Webster Dictionary. Monotheism. But if you don't got time, look it up in Webster. I'm gonna go ahead and um, tell you somewhat of the definition because I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, simple and plain. Now, monotheism is believing in more than one God. That's what mono, believing in one or more God. Okay, it's only one God. Okay, and He's the center of our joy. He's going to show us things that we haven't encountered in ourselves of how we can go. Because see, the thing about it is when you have someone that say, keep going, keep waking up every morning to do my will, keep going out here and finding a job that's going to best fit, you for a certain amount of time, or being able to find that different career path where you're trying to figure out what sense of direction or where you're trying to travel and everything. Okay, because I know majority of us been there. We've been looking for a sense of direction of where we need to go. I'm gonna tell you like this. Like with me, when I left high school, I know I had one job and one job only, and was to make a difference in myself. And when I look back over certain things now, I'm like, man, the years done went by. I made something of myself. You know how you done been somewhere before, but you done made something of yourself. Well, I did that. It's not to say, not for me to brag or anything like that. It's on me to say, basically, when I went to college, I didn't know which. The first time I went to college, I didn't know which college I wanted to go to. My parents was like, it's either go to college or work a job. You know what I'm saying, or pay bills or something. So I found out that I wanted to work, and the job that I had worked at the time was called UPS. UPS had an earn and learn program there at the school. Now they had a reimbursement program. You can either go part time, you can go full time. And with me being there at the job, I was going part time, but I still made school my full time. So there'd be times I go early in the morning, or sometimes I had to switch my schedule around to work morning shift or night shift. All of this, I didn't have no sense of direction, but I was just thankful that God led me to somewhere where I could be able to start college. Because I went to college like AIU, American Intercontinental University, very high school. I wanted to go there for business administration or international business, what they had at the time. So when I went with my mom that day, it was too expensive. You know what I'm saying? The courses was too expensive. $2,000 a class. It was just too high. So I had to figure out, because it wasn't for my parents to figure out, it was for me to figure out a sense of direction of where I want to travel. So when I went to start working at UPS, and the scene that they had an earn and learn program, I said right then and there, when they had a long list, I promise you, a long list. I seen Art Institute on there, I seen AIU on there, I seen the Cab Technical College, better known as Technical Georgia Piedmont Technical College now. And what I realized is, out of all them schools, I had to figure out what sense of direction I wanted to travel down. And I just asked God, please show me the way. And when he did, he showed me the Cab Technical College in Decatur. Okay, what they call it Clarkston. Okay. Clarkston is real small. If you're from Decatur, y'all know what I mean, Clarkston. All right. So I ended up going to Clarkston campus for the Georgia Department. Yeah, Georgia Piedmont Technical College. I went there, and the first thing I wanted to do was, I understand I want to take a business course. So they had different types of business courses, like business office technology, business office specialist, marketing, you name it, they had it. But that's what I want to focus on. So when I chose business office technology and minored in business office specialist, I knew that for a fact. Okay, I had to know what that means. Especially when it comes down to your last year of college, you trying to see whether or not if you're going to continue on with the concentration of business, or you trying to focus on something different. Well, me on the other hand, when I finished up getting my associate's degree in business office technology and minored in business office specialist, right then and there, I knew that during that time it was a big curve gap in business. So it was kind of rough patch and all that stuff. But you know what? I took that time off to kind of shake things off. So even when I graduated in 2006, it shouldn't have had took me 3 years before I decided, January of 2009, before I was going to go back to college. But God said, let's still focus on the concentration of business, but let's go about it in a whole nother way. So that's when I went to school for healthcare management. And when I went there in 2009, during that time, I said, all right, I want to make something of myself, right? So I'll be able to focus on two different parts of it. I focus on the healthcare part and I focus on the business part of it. So when I was able to focus on both of them, and about time, it was time for me to graduate, June 28th, 2014. Yep, I just celebrated some years of coming out of college not too long ago, last month. And what I realized over during the time, that sense of time, was self-determination. I had to have patience. I had to be able to not only gain a skill in business, but know business for myself, right? So what I did was I just took the time to follow everything that God had available for me. Because sometimes when things are not available, or you're not set up for success, right? What do you have? Nothing. So I was just very thankful during the time that everything was set up and everything was put in place. However, full speed up to now, you probably wondering to yourself, okay, Mario, did you do anything in healthcare? Well, the thing is, I did work in a medical facility for 4 years. I came to find out that wasn't something that I found out it was more enjoyable my first 2 years, but the last 2 years wasn't enjoyable to me, right? So I had to figure out what I want to do. What do I want to do? Because that was the question that played in my mind in elementary school, middle school, high school, and even college, right? So I found my own niche, and that's what you have to find, your own niche. Because see, the thing about it is, my whole niche was God showing me a whole nother direction. So when He showed me a whole nother direction, He showed me fashion, and I was like, I could do something with fashion, right? But before I decided that I wanted to get in fashion, because even though I was already in fashion, because I'm wearing clothing, but from different companies that are making the clothing for all of us to wear, all right? And what I realized over the period of time, if they can do it, I can do it. So I decided to be a model, which was on the front side. That was the framework in order for me to get the ball rolling. Then that's when I decided, hey, I want to start my own company. If Nike can start their own company, if Ralph Lawrence can start their own company, if other department stores can start their own company, why can't I? I decided to start my fashion clothing brand back in 2017. And now I'm 4 years in the business, but I've been an entrepreneur for 19 years. Ever since high school, I've been an entrepreneur, right? And just last year, I want to say 2 days before my birthday, I was able to win the ATL Hottest Award for Entrepreneur. Now, everybody that was there, they probably didn't know I've been in that business for a long time, but I was glad to share that with you because that lets you know right then and there that you're very passionate about something. God has really showed me so many things. And even up to now, with me running my business the way I'm running my business, I'm just so excited that He gave me a tool to be able to navigate and show me the way through business, just like He showed His son how to make it through anything. Even though His son, died on the cross for our sins so that we can have life. I'm just very thankful that I was thought of just like you was thought of to be able to be able to live out the mission, to be able to live out your journey, be able to live through any types of circumstances that you want to in order for you to be productive out here, right? So I found out what works for me. And it's still working for me because the thing about it is I'm starting to learn different things in business. And it's all about recreating, reset, remotivating myself, just really being inspired, because not besides, being a humble guy, you have to have so many other criteria, different characteristics to make you stand out when it comes down to business. Because you can't have a business and say, well, oh, I'm gonna be mad today, or I'm gonna have a negative vibe about myself, because there ain't no negative vibe about me. I'm positive vibe all day long. Okay. And I'm not saying this to be cocky. I'm just saying this to be straight up because I already know how it felt to be the person on the other side. You know what I'm saying? I understand how that worked. But I want to understand how I could be positive and keep the dream alive of what got going on now. So that's why I said through different directions in life, God is going to show you many things that, you know, as far as doors opening, he's going to show you so much things. He's going to show you how to love someone. He's going to show you how to be kind. He's going to show you how to calm down. He's going to show you the stop sign. Yeah, stop what you're doing. Relax. You know, I love when somebody, come to you and say, well, look, chill out. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious, not that deep. Just calm down. So when you start to when you start to sit back in your quiet time in your space and you don't hear you'll hear something on the inside because you'll feel that voice on the inside. So especially when you meditate like this, you see what I'm saying? That's all you got to do when somebody get on your nerve or feel like they're gonna make you upset. You just think about God. You go on the inside, not on the outside, because this is the image of God. You go on the inside. When somebody done made you mad, all you do is close your eyes. Just release it. Be your own release therapy. Be who you are. And then also what you can do is, when when you start to feel things going on up in here, right? And you be dealing with certain things, different types of sicknesses, stress, depression, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying, going on right here. Because sometimes you can deal with certain things up here in the mental state of mind too. But when you down here, you can just close your eyes, release. See, once you start to feel that void down in down in here, and it start to rise up, you're just letting it all out. You know how sometimes when you drink something to detox your body, and you waiting for it to go down to do all it needs to do in your intestines before it venture out. Well, that's the thing about it. God is holding you accountable right down in here so that you can be able to release a different breath of God, right? So the thing about it is, He's really showing us direction. And when He shows us direction, He's ordering our steps. He's showing us ways how we can be productive, how we can be able to move out here. Because I understand a lot of people are like, man, Mario, where do I go from here? I just don't know where I'm going to go. Well, the best thing about it is you have to look inside yourself. You have to, sometimes if you're away from people, sit there. Just sit there and just visualize what you want to do for the rest of your life. Because only you need to know what you're going to do with your life. You know me. I ain't gonna be mad and upset with you if you didn't figure out what your life is, and you should be mad and upset at what you're gonna do with your life either. Once you start to combine the great thing that gonna get you to the next level, you continue doing it time and time again. Just like me, a lot of people are like, man, Mario, I understand that you got a lot of stuff on your plate, but you keep doing it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why I keep going. Because the thing about it is, if if God created all of this, He kept going, right? He's still here, right? That's all you need to know. Jesus. Regardless if people call him out his name, made fun of him, talk about him, all of this stuff, guess what? He kept going. He didn't give up on us. And that's another thing. When somebody don't give up on you and still want to be there with you no matter what, that's a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we giving up on certain things, and the things that we giving up on, we might as well say, while we sitting up here throwing the towel in, you might as well throw the towel right back at yourself and be like, wake up. Today's a new day. You got to feed your spirit with something different so that you can be able to know which direction you want to travel in order for you to be successful in where you want to go. Because if you ain't got no sense of direction, guess what? You're going to be just like a broken GPS, and you ain't going to know where you're going to go. Y'all know when y'all cut the GPS on and y'all trying to go somewhere for the first time, or you're not familiar with that side of town, guess what you do? Cut the GPS on, put put the address in, try to figure it out, right? Just like today. Today was a prime example. I was in Liburn. I hope I'm saying this right. Liburn, Georgia, right? Uh, and that's on the north side of Atlanta. All right. And I decided that I was going to pick this lady up from a gas station, which was a Shell gas station, and she was going to some kind of off-brand gas station, not maybe like 3 or 5 minutes down the road. I asked the lady. I said, I'm gonna need an address in order for me to go 5 minutes down the road. She says, um, I just need you to go this way. I just need you to go this way. I said, no, I need an address. So by the time I pull up at my drop off location, I'll know my drop off location. So my drop off location was taken care of because God said I done took care of that. But what I'm trying to figure out is your starting location. Where can I start you at? So, I can be able to move you to your drop off location. So, however, I trust God through the whole situation, getting down 5 minutes of the street, got to this gas station, and God was like, look, since this person can't put their own address in or tell you the address of where you're coming from, just just put in the road not too far from it, or just type in the Shell gas station and figure out based on what road you're on right now, and and it just allow me to calculate everything, right? So even though it was a process, I trust the process because I know that God wasn't gonna steer me wrong just as long as I don't steer myself wrong. Now the person that riding my car, they probably was gonna steer me wrong, and I'm not gonna get paid for what I'm getting paid for, right? So the thing about it is, I asked God. I said, "Show me who I need to talk to so I can get this thing together." I ended up talking to customer service. Customer service didn't know anything, and so once I went to customer service, I started to figure everything out because God gave me the wisdom. He gave me the strength and the power to figure this thing out. So once I was able to figure things out, that's when I started to be like, all right, God, you did that. You did that. You showed me. You showed me how I was gonna get paid, and how if this person was talking a whole nother language more than your language, I still was able to find my way. Right? So that's what I'm telling you. Whatever you have to do in life, find your way. Okay? If you're trying to find you a brand new car by the end of this year, find it. If you're trying to find ways to lower your bills down, find it. If you're trying to find a way how you can grow better at Bible study, take the time to do it. All you do is find your way. Nobody got to find your way but you. And once you start to find your way and start, instead of distance yourself or unlining yourself from what God has put in you, because He live in all of us. He live on the inside. And so we have to continue to believe everything that He has put together out here. It's like a piece to a puzzle. When you're missing a piece in that puzzle, right? What you got to do? You got to find the missing piece to put it together so you can have a good framework, right? So that's what God is really putting in us. He put the key of determination, the key of believing in ourselves, the key of being able to thrive through certain things in through life so that we can get better through things. So it really depends on us how bad we want it. Because see, God can give you, He can give you what you want, and He can easily take it away. But at the same time, if you are missing the one best thing inside of yourself, then you missed it. Because the thing about it is, you sitting here wondering why people smiling in your face. It's because you missed the thing that's in front of you. Never miss the thing that's in front of you called the prize, which is God. Never miss your sense of direction. Always know that there's always a direction out there for you to travel in order for you to get better at where you're trying to grow and how you're trying to grow your way. Okay? So in order for you to be successful, you have to get it in order. If you don't get it in order, guess what? You gonna fall short of your goal. So be the one to not fall short of your goal. All right. Always find your way. And if you can't find your way, just go into prayer, go into meditation, read, some books that's more motivational or inspirational. Get you something that's going to elevate your mind and get you to the point that where you want to be. Just like me, I didn't find out where I wanted to be until later on in life. But I'm thankful that I was able to find my way and able to be successful through anything that I'm doing. So, in prayer tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to challenge you to go further in your soul, be able to find a way to get back to yourself and learn that God is willing to do anything and everything as long as you put your mind to it, as long as you be successful, as long as you be thankful through any circumstances. God is going to pull you out of things that you never wanted to encounter in the first place. And when He teaches you something, learn from your mistakes. Never get the big head about certain things, because you can make it through anything as long as you put your mind to it. And as long as you want to be successful, as long as you want to grow in Christ and always have Him to be able to find your sense of direction, you can be able to make it out here. The thing about us, we need to be made over. We need to encounter certain things that's going to strengthen our soul. And once we find the thing that's going to help us be successful, we can lead the way to satisfaction. See, once you satisfaction guaranteed, what God is being able to lift you up out of places that was in dark areas that you was once in. You learn from the dark areas so that you won't have to go back to the dark area because you has set yourself up for the light. And once you start to see the light of day of what God has been there for you, if he's for you, who else can be against you? You have the tools to be successful. Once you found your way, you will continue to be the best person that you can be in today's society. Ah, ooh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for giving me the word. Thank you for giving me the wisdom. Thank you for giving me the structure to find sense of direction of where I am today. Because I wouldn't have been here if you didn't show me the way. But I'm happy that you was able to show me the way that I can be able to lead the way through the journey that you have taught me and have shown me to be the best person that I can be. You can be the best person that you can be. Just as long as you stay focused on the prize in front of you, you will never steer yourself away from what God has built inside of you. I am your online radio personality, Demario Scott. I am on Royalty Kings and Queens Corp Ministry. I thank each and every one of you guys for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on Haps TV. Like I said, I'm on here every Thursday and Friday. I thank y'all guys for checking out the platform. It is a great platform for anybody to participate and to be able to learn about. Like I said before, Haps offers free world-class broadcasting tools, a community eager to collaborate, a simple way for viewers to support creators financially. All right. And if you haven't already, I strongly suggest you download the Haps app TV. Make sure that you subscribe to get notified when I go live. So if you haven't subscribed to my page and you listening in right now, take the time out of your busy schedule to do that for me, please. All right. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you tell your family and friends that are sitting on Facebook, that's sitting on Instagram, that's sitting on YouTube, that's sitting on Haps TV, that's sitting anywhere that you know that people are sitting at. Tell them to subscribe to my channel because I will be on here every Thursday and Friday from 7 o'clock p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Sometimes I go a little bit over, but that's just the God in me, that's telling me to keep going, to keep motivating somebody, inspiring somebody that's listening in on this radio platform. Okay. So I'm live streaming everywhere right now. So make sure you invite your family and friends. For the ones that are listening now, invite them out tomorrow. Let's go ahead and pack the house out. I want to have a whole bunch of people on here because I promise you, your mind will not be the same. Okay. So also make sure that if you want to continue to listen to me on this platform, continue to sponsor me. I greatly appreciate if you sponsor me. If you want me to keep hearing great things that I'm doing right now, sponsor me. All you do is hit the sponsor button. You can give as much as you want. You can give as little as you want, or you can give as much as your finances is set up to give. Okay. So I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you, Haps TV Network, for giving Royalty Kings and Queens Court Ministry opportunity to come before you guys tonight. And like I said, tomorrow, make sure that y'all check me out. Same time, 7 o'clock p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in a different time zone, like Central Standard Time, it will be 6 o'clock. If you're on Pacific Time, it will be 4 o'clock. If you're on Mountain Standard Time, it will be 5 o'clock. Okay. So make sure that you stay tuned, stay locked in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't already, I strongly encourage you guys to come out to my empowerment event, which will be September 25th, 2021. The doors will open at 3 p.m. and we will be in there to around about 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in the Atlanta area or the Jonesboro area, and if you want a flyer, most definitely you can follow me on Facebook, Demario Scott, Instagram, King Mario 27. You can follow my photography page, RKQC Photographies. DM me for rates, and you can follow my radio show, which it comes on every Monday and Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, on www.wmqgradio.com. All you have to do is go to the page and it automatically play the music, and you'll be able to listen to a lot of great variety of music. You'll hear some motivation, you'll hear some relationship tips, you'll hear a lot of things that you need to hear in order for you to be successful to listen to my broadcast. And you can also check out my YouTube, of course, because what you're looking at right now is on my YouTube as we speak. All right, so make sure that y'all check it out, because I have have done a radio interview with some independent artists last year as well. So if you want to check out my catalog channel on on YouTube, you can do that as well. Okay, and you can follow my fashion clothing brand, Royalty, Kings with an S and Queens with an S, Corp. Okay, you can go to that on Facebook. And like I said, you also see the video on there. Same thing on my radio page. All right. Same thing on Facebook. All right. So you'll be able to see all of that great information. All right. So with further ado, I really appreciate your time. And I will be out of here. Y'all take care of yourself. Appreciate you.